Hi, my name is Jamie Rue and I bought a bunch of books in April. I'm gonna be real right now. This is how many books I have for this month. It's a lot, like legit, it's like a lot. I also just dropped that stack, so I'm not showing you all of those in the order that I just held them up, but it's okay. Not all of them are from the book outlet, but most of them are from the book outlet. I got a couple off Amazon. I think I got one from used books or whatever. I have like a lot of books, and we're just going to go through and I'm gonna show you the books that I bought. Okay, first I have Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, and this is a compilation from like a bunch of authors. Marie Lu is in here, Leigh Bardugo's in here, Nova Ransuma is in here, Jay Kristoff is in here, Kendare Blake is in here. There's like a lot of good people in here, and I'm not really big on horror like ever, but reading horror is kind of better for me than watching horror, so here is this. I wanted this before it came out actually. I'm really excited about it. Really looking forward to the Leigh Bardugo one. This is not up yet because I suck. Editing takes forever, but I have a review on The Six of Crows coming ASAP. I filmed it legit in like March and just have not put it up, so I am sorry. That's coming eventually because I'm not just gonna throw that footage away. I also just want to apologize for any traffic sounds or like that, or construction sounds, because that's happening, because New York, so, you know, whatever. But anyway, next I have 3 books from one of Terry Pratchett's series. It's the Tiffany Aching series. So I have 3 books from that series. None of these are the first book. I need to purchase the first book, but I got all these off Book Outlet. And I have a friend who has been recommending Terry Pratchett to me forever. If you don't know who Terry Pratchett is, his most famous thing is he wrote this huge series called the Discworld series, and there are series within the series. It's like the Discworld universe, and then you have like a whole bunch of different things happening. There are standalones, there are series. This is like a mini-series within the Discworld universe, and this is kind of more middle grade YA-ish, which she figured I would like. She loves Tiffany Aching, so I just, you know, here we are, and I will read this series whenever I get my hands on the first book. But I got these because look at those covers, like look at, and then you got this one, and then you got this one. I think it's actually this one and then this one in terms of series, but I don't need to know that right now, it doesn't matter. But I just think the covers are really nice. They're really nice and graphic and just like pretty. Like look at that, like are you kidding? So that's why I bought it. Next, another book off Book Outlet. I finally bought Girl Boss. It's used because Book Outlet sells, I think it's like scratch and dent books, but they're cheaper because they've been used or like found. But in any case, this is a memoir written by the founder of Nasty Gal. Everyone raves about this book. I'm not a big memoir person. I'm just gonna be like straight up with you. I'm not big on nonfiction. I just am not. But since I started interning at a literary agency, I've read a lot more memoir and a lot more things that I really don't read. Like I've read a lot of historical and literary fiction since being there. So I guess I just wanted to see what the hype was about. So, and it was cheap. So here we are. Next, I have The Midnight Star by Marie Lu, and this is the final book in the Young Elites trilogy. Honestly, read the first book and then haven't read the second book, and I don't know, but now that I own all 3 of them, I feel like I should probably finish it. I really loved the idea of this book series when I first heard about it. It's about this girl named Adelina, and she kind of ends up becoming a darker protagonist, and I like really loved that idea. I wanted to be really into it, but there was something about Adelina that I just really didn't like when I first read Young Elites, so I'm going to try that series again, especially now that I own the 3rd book, so, you know, we will see. Next, I have Vampires in the Lemon Grove by Karen Russell. This is a compilation of short stories by the author of Swamplandia. One of my professors recommended this to me because she knows that I read YA, and she was like, stop reading YA because you're better than that and blah blah blah. And I kind of like don't like when people say that to me, but Vampires in the Grove sounded interesting. So this takes kind of pretty traditional things, I think, and puts a twist on them. So one of them is a group of boys stumble upon a mutilated scarecrow that bears an uncanny resemblance to a missing classmate that they used to torment. So, I mean, that sounds interesting. So I bought it. I will read it probably at some point. Next, I have Drown by Junot Diaz. Now, I've been meaning to read a Junot Diaz book for a very, 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 very long time. Like, since, like, 2013, long time. And it's always been on my list, and I just haven't. And then my professor, the same one that recommended me that book, made the class read his article in the New Yorker, his like recent article in the New Yorker, and it was very moving, and it was just, I've read his stories before, but this kind of, his writing is very, very impactful in that essay. I recommend looking at it. I will leave it down below. It's just, it was so good that I was like, hey, professor, what do I read first? And she recommended Drown, because this is what put him on the map. Hi, so literally this morning as I was editing this, it came out that Junot Diaz has been accused of sexual misconduct, and so I'm returning Drown because I'm not super into the idea of supporting people who commit any form of sexual misconduct. I'm probably never going to buy or read a Sherman Alexie book ever again, or a James Dashner book, or a Jay Asher book. Straight up, I own James Dashner and Jay Asher books, but you know, James Dashner books were free, and the Jay Asher books I had before I knew that he sucked, so I'm probably going to get rid of those one day, but I'm certainly not going to read them, even if I do keep them. So this is a personal choice, and you know, no tea, no shade if you are like into, you know, reading that kind of stuff still, that's fine, because their writing is still good. I'm just not into financially supporting people who kind of suck. So I'm returning Drown. Back to Past Me. First, and this is one person in a bunch of short stories, I think. It's not like a single book as far as I remember reading about. Really looking forward to it. Junot Diaz's writing style is absolutely incredible. Also, my professor is awesome. She's friends with Junot Diaz. Like, you know? Yeah. Next, I have Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick. I don't really, again, love memoirs. I also don't normally buy celebrity books, but two things. One, this was on the book outlet. I don't know why there is a Target sticker on it, but sure. Second, Anna Kendrick is just kind of fun. I think she's really funny in Pitch Perfect. I think she's really, really amazing in Into the Woods. She's in a lot of movies that I like. She seems like a funny person in some interviews I've watched with her. I don't know. I waste time watching celebrity interviews. It's fine. So again, I'm really, really not a memoir person. Definitely not a celebrity memoir person, but I own this now, so we'll see how that goes. Next, I have Saints and Misfits by S.K. Ali, and I read the description for this book on Book Outlet, and I was like, I want you. It looked so good, like dealing with some pretty heavy issues, and you know, diverse MC, always great. I'm not big on YA contemporary anymore, to be honest with you. I just don't find a lot of the things in there very relatable, or honestly even very good a lot of the time, but this looks like it would be good. So I am looking forward to reading this. It goes with sexual assault as far as I'm aware, so if you like don't like that, I don't know, don't read it, but I'm looking forward to reading this. Alright, next I have Cersei by Madeline Miller, and I read the description for this book and I was like, hell yeah. This is kind of one of the older purchases that I made. I don't know if any of you caught the thing that happened on Amazon where this book was going for like $3. I feel really, really bad for Madeline Miller and the fact that I bought it while it was at $3, because I think a lot of people bought it then, but I have this now and I want to read it and I just haven't had time, but I will when I get time, because honestly, Greek myths have been my thing for a long time. I'm sure it's a lot of people's thing, actually. You know, starting Percy Jackson and then just like super into Greek mythology for like a long time. And I am excited to read an adaptation of Cersei's life where she is the main character instead of the side character or this seductive witch like she is in the Odyssey. Like, I'm excited about it, so here we are. Hopefully I like it. Maybe I won't. Cersei, by the way, is a sorceress in the Odyssey who turns Odysseus and his men into pigs, and then eventually she ends up helping them. If you don't know that, read the Odyssey. Next, I have The Goose-Girl by Shannon Hale. Now, this is a super duper old book. And people were reading this when I was in middle school, and that's when this was popular, and I just didn't read it then. I don't know what this book is about, honestly. I think it's like there's some kingdom stuff involved and whatever, like it's a fantasy, princesses and princes and stuff, and I really don't know that much about it. But everyone loved it when I was in middle school, so I feel like I have to read it at some point. But yeah, I have this now, so this is going to get read at some point. Next, I have Spare and Found Parts by Sarah Maria Griffin. This looks super interesting. It's about someone who like creates an AI companion type person for herself, I think. She creates a boyfriend, basically. I was intrigued, so here we are. Let's hope it's good. Next, I have The Last Draft by Sarah Schofield. This is a book on novel revision. I don't really need this yet because I'm actually not in revision stages of any of my novels anymore. I'm more in like rewriting stages or like writing stages, so that is different. But I will read this and use it eventually because I'm like really into writing craft books. I have a whole top shelf of books up there that's just like writing craft mostly, so really into those, even though I don't always find the most use out of them, but still. Next, I have I Capture the Castle by Judy Smith. I don't super remember what this book's about because I think I read a more extensive summary before this, but it looks so good. It's about this girl who like lives in this castle, and it's all about writing, and it seems like something that it's just gonna be so me. I'm really excited to read it. And like, look at this cover, like, come on. This is a YA, by the way. It looks like it could be a middle grade, but it's a YA. It's also like super heavy. Next, I have They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Let me tell you, I read the summary for this book and I wanted to buy it the day it came out, but I couldn't because I think Turtles on the Way Down was coming out on the same day and I just could not spend that much money at once. But here we are, I finally have it and it looks so good. I can't wait for it. If you have not heard about this book, it's about these two guys who find out that they're both going to die by the end of the day. That's the world that they live in, where people get calls and they're going to die by the end of the day. And they meet up since they're both going to die and try to have the best day of their lives because it's the last day of their lives. It's so good. And, you know, they both die at the end. Next, I have The Epidemic, and this is one of the last books in the program series. It's the fourth book in the program series. I have the first two. I have not read them. I don't really know what the program series is about, but I heard a lot of people raving about it, and one of my friends insisted on like buying it. So here I am, fourth book. I'll read this series eventually, maybe. And finally, I have a book called I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. Now, I want to read this, another like diverse MC, and this MC is Korean, which, you know, hi. That's something that I'm really interested in, and she's a different type of person than I am, so it'll be interesting to read about another person's Korean American experience, and it also seems like one of those cutesy YA contemporary novels, and like I said, I don't really relate to those anymore, but still looking forward to seeing what it's about. Alright, those were all the books that I bought for the month of April. I have a bunch of videos pre-filmed that I just have not uploaded, and those are going up pretty soon, so I don't know. Stick around for those. If you think I should read any of those books first, or if you think I should buy some other books, then let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you hopefully very soon. Bye!